So, hey everyone, I want you to imagine something. So you're walking through a forest and you see a tree. It's huge, it's a sequoia. But what if I told you that the tree is basically a shrub compared to the tree that used to exist? But what if I told you that the Devil's Tower in Wyoming isn't a rock formation at all, but the petrified stump of a giant tree? And what if I told you that all these giant trees were cut down in a global reset to hide humanity's true history? So once upon a time, Earth was a planet of giants. And by giant, I don't mean just people, I mean everything. The trees were massive, so massive that the General Sherman tree, which is the largest tree in the world, would have been like a fancy little sapling. But then something happened, a global reset, and all these trees were cut down. The question is, what happened to them? And the answer, according to this theory, is that they are still there, we just think they are mountains. So this is where the fun starts. The theory's proponents say that landmarks like the Devil's Tower aren't natural rock formation at all. They are the petrified stumps of these giant trees, the hexagonal columns of tower. The same structure you see in a tree's cellular makeup. It's a very dramatic, very specific form of evidence. So it's the kind of thing that if you squint at it just right, you can almost see the logic. It's like looking at a cloud and saying, yeah, that's not a cloud, that's a very slow moving piece of cotton candy. And the theory doesn't stop there. What about the mesas and buttes we see all over the world? Just the erosion of these petrified trees. So it's all a big, gigantic lie to hide the fact that we used to live in a world of giants. Why would someone want to hide this? The theory suggests that this global reset was a deliberate act to separate humanity from its connection to nature and the Industrial Revolution, not a period of technological advancement, but a cover story for cutting down all the remaining giant trees. So you can't tell me that is not a conspiracy theory worth believing in, if only for the sheer cinematic quality. It got everything. A hidden story, a cover-up, and a very dramatic reason why we have so many factories. So it's like a Hollywood blockbuster written by a guy who's had too much coffee. So I need to bring up the movie Avatar, the movie where there is a giant magical tree that connects everything, and then humans show up and cut it down. The theory says this isn't just a movie, it's a symbolic representation of the real reset that happened. It's a hidden truth being told to us through a movie with blue aliens. So it's the kind of thing that makes you want to watch Avatar again, but this time with a tinfoil hat. But here's the thing, as with most fun, chaotic conspiracy theories, this one has a slight problem. Science. Mainstream science says there is no fossil evidence of trees that big, and that a tree that size will simply violate the laws of biomechanics. It couldn't support its own weight. So in the end, it's probably just a cool theory that's not true. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it, right? The idea that we are literally living on the stumps of ancient, magnificent beings. So, as always, what does it all mean? It's a tale as old as time. Man with a crazy theory, man posts crazy theory on the internet, and then the internet debates it for a week. It just goes to show you that sometimes the most dramatic stories on the internet are the ones that have been happening for centuries, and that sometimes the mountains are just a bunch of fancy tree stumps. So, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And let me know in the comments, do you think the mountains are just tree stumps? And if so, how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Let me know later.